What's going on, guys? So, of course, everyone's heard about the new Power Rangers series since it's going to be produced by Disney now. Apparently, the showrunners for Percy Jackson and the Olympians are in talks to run it, so I don't mind that at all. But I'm just pretty much going to tell you my thoughts about it and kind of what I kind of expect from it. So, pretty much. I'm gonna start first. I love the Disney era Power Rangers. Like I love Dino Thunder. I love Ninja Storm. Thunderstorm, in my opinion, has the best like team morph ever. Like the energy, the battle cries, the poses, everything about that team morph was just awesome. And the subsequent fight was great. Thunderstorm, in my opinion, is probably the best Power Ranger crossover episode ever. I just love it so much. I rewatch it all the time. Of course, RPM, my favorite series. I mean, how many people say that? What amazing season. They all just were great. Even Operation Overdrive. I like Operation Overdrive. It wasn't the best, but wasn't bad. I liked it. I don't know. I don't know how exactly it's gonna go. I don't know if they're gonna start with Mighty Morphin, start with something new, because when we had Once and Always, and then we had Cosmic Fury, and Cosmic Fury to me was a really great finale. There were definitely, of course, some plot holes and some problems, but as far as bringing back Lord Zed, the whole idea of like a negative Z wave, that was all really cool. The Morphin Masters being there, that was really cool. The first, well, not the first, but female Red Ranger, like in my opinion, probably the best female Red Ranger we've ever had, counting the Boom Studio comics. Just really was like a really awesome finale that really kind of shut the door for, I guess, that whole generation of series. Because you had Lord Zed from like the very first Mighty Morphin series be like the final villain of the series as a whole, so far as we know it, not counting the comics, unless they somehow piggyback off the Cosmic Fury finale. But I can't honestly say that I'd want it to be Mighty Morphin again. I'm not. We have the original Mighty Morphin series, and we had, Tommy reappear throughout the series, Rip Jason David Frank. So after Cosmic Fury kind of ended that whole thing, plus with Once and Always having Rita come back as Robo Rita, and then you still have Billy trying to find Zordon because he appeared in the ending of Cosmic Fury, and then he actually created Robo Rita trying to reassemble Zordon's atoms or whatever he was exactly doing. There's still history there that they could piggyback off of a new series just to keep it going, but not have Mighty Morphin be the first of the new series. But honestly, I wouldn't mind if they just kept that to the comics. They could have maybe like a mini series about Billy trying to get Zordon back, or somehow have kind of like a tie-in comic that takes place like during Once and Always and Cosmic Fury, or something like that. Like Boom Studios maybe do something with it, whatever exactly they're doing with Power Rangers now. I don't really feel like it should just start back at Mighty Morphin and retread the same kind of water. You know what I mean? Like I feel like this should be something new. Not I don't think they should adapt Super Sentai anymore. No offense or anything. Super Sentai is great and all, but I feel like if they're really gonna try to reboot this and make it appealing to newer fans and older fans, I really don't think going back to Mighty Morphin is the way to go. Because we've already had original Mighty Morphin, we had multiple characters in Mighty Morphin still appearing now in Once and Always and Cosmic Fury. Boom Studios did an amazing job with all of the Ranger teams, really, but of course Mighty Morphin, and then of course we have the Return as well. I just wouldn't say Mighty Morphin is like overdone, but I definitely think it's time for something fresh. And of course, everyone's gonna complain about it being woke, with this character being trans or this character being lesbian or non-binary, gay or whatever. Like that's just where we live in, dude. The world we grew up in no longer exists. I'm gonna be 32 this year. Like the world is gone. It's just how society is now. That's the way the world is now. Deal with it. But I don't think rehashing Mighty Morphin for the whatevereth time is the way to go. I don't think adapting the Super Sentai is the way to go. I think there needs to be something, and I don't think it's gonna sound a little weird to say. I don't think it should be totally like Americanized, if y'all know what I mean. Because there's Cosmic Fury, people complain about the costumes and how they like American superhero costumes and they need to be glossy and whatever, but I don't think it should be totally just like completely Americanized Power Rangers. I do think if you're gonna reboot it and try and make it fresh for new audiences, that it needs to be more like American centered, you know what I mean? But I don't think it should be totally like an Americanized series because, no offense, it probably won't last that long. No offense, of course, but I don't think it'll last as long as like the original Power Rangers, legacy did at this point. But as far as what they could do new, I don't know. Like there's so much established lore, established history. You got like Zordon and his origin from especially because you got the Boom comics, which Cosmic Fury actually brought in the Morphin Masters from the Boom comics, and then you have so many different levels of lore. You got the Dino Gems, but then you got the I forgot what they were called. That the Dino Charge Rangers used, the other Dino Gems that were called something else, and then you have like all the other Dino centered Power Ranger teams. And you have like Zordon, then you have Alpha, then you have forgot the dude from Megaforce, whatever his name was, the dude who's the head in the cave and whatever. And you have like the Samurai teams who apparently had like already been there, of course. And then you have like there's so much different history and overlapping lore. Then you got RPM, which is either in the future or a different dimension. Like all this other stuff, man. So there's already so much lore to be untangled in the original Power Rangers like saga. I don't know what even to really call it, but in the original 30-year saga of Power Rangers, that I think going back into it probably wouldn't be a good idea because you probably just make a more confusing timeline. And you've also got RPM, then you got Beast Morphers, and apparently all the lore is cataloged with the Power Rangers now, and there's like so much stuff already in there. Plus, that's not even counting the Boom Studios comics. So I feel like there needs to be something new. Maybe no Zordon, maybe no Mighty Morphin. I don't exactly know what direction they should go, like how the origin would work or what the power sources would be. Like I really have no clue, honestly, but I don't think retreading Mighty Morphin for like the billionth time is the way to go. We do bank on nostalgia a lot these days, with like When We Were Young Fest and all these like live action remakes of movies that came out like before I was born or before I was even double digits. I just don't think a billionth Mighty Morphin series is it. That's already been done great with the original saga. It's already done great with the Boom comics. I just don't think that's a good idea. But as far as doing something new, it's gotta be big, and it's gotta be as over the top as original Power Rangers was, with like the exploding grass and the calls for the morphin time and everything. Like it has to be big and huge and over the top and bombastic. And I don't know how they would do that as a fresh off the ground original product. You know what I mean? I just don't know how great that would come off if they were to start base from scratch. But I also wouldn't want to see Mighty Morphin retreaded a bunch of times. I really don't know what it's going to look like. Like I said, like we don't even know if the Percy Jackson people are really going to be running it. We don't know what really is happening with it all at this point because there's probably literally nothing except that little bit of news that we have already. So it's going to take a while. We probably won't get this series anyway to like 2028, 2030 or something. So it's going to take a lot of time. See what direction they want to do because we're going to have that I think it was like that live action like young adult series, but I was really kind of glad that didn't happen because that kind of would have been pointless. You might as well just kept the live action movie trilogy going and made another one of those. Like I can just watch Animorphs or like Degrassi if I want to see that. That's not really, they're adults love Power Rangers too, but it's mainly in the end it's still for kids. So I don't think that really would have gone. That probably would have lasted maybe a season or two and then got canceled or something. That was destined to fail from the beginning, I'm sorry to say. I don't know. They had that whole auction where they sold all the Power Rangers memorabilia. I saw all the Power Rangers actors on Twitter talking about it, talking about trying to get their costume and stuff. So there's like almost nothing for them to even use or go back to prop wise or anything for this new series that they're doing. They might, even if they do redo Mighty Morphin, there's going to be costume redesign, there's going to be like character lore change and everything like that. So we'll just really have to see, man. Like I've been a Power Rangers fan ever since I saw Time Force when I was like 7, I think. Saw it on TV when I was like in the food court of the community center, and then I went back, and then of course, fell off after Megaforce, and then came back on first season of Dino Fury, then went back and watched all the other ones until Cosmic Fury came out. So I've been a lifelong, Power Rangers fan, because Power Rangers started in 1993. I think it started like a week and a half before I was born or something. So like it was also kind of, you know, I grew up with it, but I'm not unexcited to see what becomes of it. I'm just really cautious because I don't want more Mighty Morphin, but if they try to do something brand new off the ground, I don't want to crash and burn and like destroy this franchise. Like, Superman for the Quest for Peace destroyed the Superman series, or, you know, Joel Schumacher destroyed the Batman series. So we'll just have to see what happens. More news will probably come out about it maybe later this year, like third, fourth quarter this year, maybe sooner. But all we can do is wait and hope for the best, man, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully, they can pull off something magical, and by the time I'm 62, I can make a video about this next 30 years of amazing Power Rangerness that we've had. But no, we'll see. We'll see what happens with it, and we'll see if everything works out for what these ideas are, what the fan pushback is on it, and you know, and that's all we can do is just be patient and wait, man. But we'll see. If you guys like this video, y'all can like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think it should be or what you want to see for this new Power Ranger series that's forthcoming. If it ends up going through and does get canceled or goes in development hell, Sonic Cracker style, or anything like that. So, thank y'all for watching.